Good afternoon. We're glad to have you here. I'm Sergeant Charlie Eiper. I'm the Public Information Officer of the Wichita Falls Police Department. Again, we're glad for you to be here. I'd like to introduce the Chief of Police, Manuel Borrego, and the Wichita County District Attorney, John Gillespie.
Good afternoon.
What we're going to be doing first is the Chief is going to give a statement, and then John's going to give a statement, and then we'll take questions. Please be patient with us on the questions. There are things about the case we can't answer, so just keep that in mind. Chief?
Okay, well, thank you all for coming today. Some update on the Wilder McDaniel case. James Staley was arrested at 10:20 a.m. this morning at his residence in Okinawa, Oklahoma. He was arrested on a first-degree murder warrant for the October 11, 2018 death of Jason Wilder McDaniel. Staley's bond has not yet been set, pending his initial court appearance. The warrant was executed by detectives of the Wichita Falls Police Department with the assistance of the Wichita County District Attorney's Office, the Okinawa Police Department, and the Okinawa County Sheriff's Department Special Operations Team. Staley is currently in custody in Okinawa County Criminal Justice Authority, and he was alone at the time of his arrest. And I'll say that this has been a very complex investigation. And I'll say this again, and I've said it once, is that we do not do our investigations based on emotion. They have to be on facts and the evidence that's presented. We have to recreate the scene that occurred. But without the support of the Wichita County District Attorney's Office, our District Attorney John Gillespie, Sergeant Brian Sheehan and his team of detectives, we wouldn't be where we're at today. It was a concerted effort. Certainly we all wanted justice for Wilder, and I think right now we're on that journey to getting him that justice. We have to understand that it was a difficult case, and I know it's taken what some people feel has been a while, but we want to get it right. Okay? We need to make sure that what we have is concrete and that we're confident, and that the attorney's confident with the case that we can put together, that he can take to trial and get a conviction. So extremely happy today to announce this arrest, and like I said, start that journey for justice for Wilder. And right now I'd like to introduce the District Attorney, and he'll say a few words.
Thank you so much, Chief. I just echo the Chief's comments, and I would just note that from the beginning, I was sworn in January 1st. This was in 2019. This was an ongoing investigation, but from the word go that I was involved in this, everybody, all of us, both at the District Attorney's Office and the Wichita Falls Police Department, works committed to getting justice for Wilder. In the course of this investigation, there was a lot going on behind the scenes that we could not discuss publicly. The Wichita Falls Police Department and the District Attorney's Office were working closely together to complete this investigation. As the Chief said, it was important that we get it right and that we have a case that would stand up to the scrutiny of trial. It doesn't do anybody any good to try a case and then have someone acquitted and barred from with double jeopardy from being retried. So it was so important to us, as the Chief said, to build a prosecutable case. Both the Wichita Falls Police Department and the District Attorney's Office have worked together. We brought in a crime scene reconstructionist. We brought in high-level forensic examination. We consulted with child homicide prosecution experts, and it was that teamwork, that collaboration that got us to where we are today. One key breakthrough that I wanted to mention occurred last month was some of the work that we were doing at the District Attorney's Office. We were put in touch with Dr. Dakel at Children's Hospital in Dallas. She's board certified in child abuse pediatrics. She's testified in many child homicide cases in Dallas County, and she teaches pediatrics at UT Southwestern Medical School. She's a top-notch expert. We sent her the autopsy. We consulted with her, and then we put her in touch with the detectives with the Wichita Falls Police Department. I won't go into the specifics of what she said, but I would note that she provided us with key medical evidence. I know that y'all have seen that the autopsy, while suspicious for homicide, was ruled undetermined. Dr. Daigle provided us some very important key medical evidence, and she also helped tie the forensic evidence together in a way that we were comfortable led to one person and one person alone. We connected her to the Wichita Falls Police Department, and that's how we got here today. I want to emphasize again with what the chief was saying, that while it looked like, the public, that it was a slow investigation or nothing was going on, we were all diligently working behind the scenes to build this case. It was important to all of us here today. I agree with I appreciate the chief and Sergeant Sheehan, the detectives that worked on it. I would also note my chief investigator, Ty Davis, and Judy Price, one of the prosecutors from my office, have been working tirelessly with me on our end of the investigation. I would also say that I will present this case very quickly to a grand jury, and I will personally handle the prosecution.
Question, did you guys get in touch with Amber and Bubba McDaniel before you guys knew about this press conference today?
I believe the Wichita Falls Police Department, I know they did, and then I did speak to Bubba after I knew that. I felt like it was important for them to be the first ones to contact them after the investigation was finished, but I did speak to Bubba before the press conference.
We did notify Bubba and Amber of the arrest.
What were their reactions to it?
I don't know, it wasn't me that notified them, but I'm sure that they were relieved and emotional, and I'm sure very happy that it's got to this point.
And will James Staley be transferred from Okinawa County to Wichita County?
There's an extradition process that has to go on. He'll have a bond set. If he bonds out, he still has to be extradited to Texas, so there is that extradition process. But yes, that'll ensure his appearance in our courts.
Okay. And with the medical evidence that came out, is it still asphyxiation? Is that what this medical examiner ruled it?
She tied it together for an asphyxiation, suffocation death, yes.
John, was there new information that led to the arrest for today, or was it just finally we got to a point where you felt comfortable that charges could be filed?
The forensic evidence and the forensic testing, I think the last piece of forensic evidence that we had back was in, I believe, April, and then we were in the middle of a COVID shelter-in-place thing. We were able to take all of that and then start looking for that piece of medical forensic evidence to tie it all together. When you're dealing with a circumstantial evidence case, we were looking for that one piece to pull everything together, because as the chief said, I think his earlier press conference, you had two people who had access, and so we had to build a case against one of them. Dr. Daigle's evidence helped us with both the cause and manner of death, and also helped tie that together. So to answer your question, in the sense of medical expert test or a medical expert opinion, yes, that was so crucial in why we're here today.
Can you one more time just repeat her name and her title?
Sure. It's Dr. Suzanne Daigle. She teaches pediatrics at UT Southwestern, and she's on staff with the Children's Hospital in Dallas.
And when was she sent the medical report?
It was in September that we got her name and sent her the information, so we could, at the district attorney's office, consult with her, and then based upon that, we put her in touch with detectives.
You know, Mr. Staley has a attorney of record at this time?
Ron Poole was the last one that I heard of.
Okay.
Do you have any idea when the trial might be, considering all the COVID issues that we have?
With the arrest that's made, short answer, no. With the arrest that has been made, that starts the whole process. The grand jury process is the next part. I don't anticipate that will take very long at all, because we've been working so closely with the Wichita Falls Police Department. After that, I mean, assuming that, I think you're probably looking at a year to a year and a half would be my guess, but that's just purely a guess by the system. We are also dealing with COVID backlog with all of our dockets. So.
Does this mean Amber McDaniel is cleared as a person of interest?
Well, right now, we're just looking at James Staley.
Thank you. Was a bond set for him, for Staley?
It hasn't been set till he gets his court appearance.
Okay, sorry.
Will there be a chance he'll be able to bond out? Or do we know if bond will be denied?
He would have the ability to bond out, I anticipate.
And one more time, because of course the public has been very vocal about y'all's handling of the situation and of the case, but today I think is positive news. So can you just reinforce the fact that you guys are moving forward with this investigation and that new things are happening?
Well, sure. He was arrested today, and I said I'm about to immediately present it to the grand jury. We are full steam ahead with this case, absolutely. Everyone who hears this, yes, we have to work through things in a methodical way when you're dealing with high-level forensic circumstantial evidence in a case like this, but when he was arrested this morning, and we are full steam ahead. I think the chief agrees with me on that, but from my office is absolutely full speed ahead on this.
And John, you're clear you've got evidence that will prove that he murdered the 2-year-old.
He was arrested for it this morning, and we are full speed ahead on the prosecution.
Okay, we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. If you guys don't mind, when you move out, we'll go outside, and I'll meet you guys out there if you have any further questions, if you want to set up some time with me later. I won't be able to answer detailed questions, of course, but if you want to chat with me, I'll be right outside the front door there.
Hey, thank you everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming. It's been a difficult case, and I appreciate your stance on getting this thing promoted, and we understand the emotional aspect of the case by the public and the family. So thank you very much.